in my nervous system. Fear it never will end. All these thoughts in my head, I've got dream sickness in my nervous system. Fear it never will end. All these thoughts in my head.
Welcome to the channel, y'all. So basically I'm about to make a mission move right now. This is going to get really interesting. Basically the plan is to take a car that I've fixed up, that I've been building for X amount of time, and take it out to Chicago on a one-way trip. Man, I feel like it can do it, but we really about to test out this K motor. Honda says this is the most reliable motor, but the goal is to get to Chicago safe and sound, smooth. Hopefully it's a smooth drive, going through all the different roads, different states, you know, different speeds, different towns. So basically I'm going out there for a little mission. I got a little project going on with a couple of friends, and yeah, I need to get there. This is the perfect time to go, so I'm taking this opportunity over the weekend to drive on down there. But yeah, this car's got over 400 miles, or sorry, 400,000 miles. $400,000 miles, and I've pretty much done everything for this car. I've done suspension, I've done bearings, I've done wheel bearings, hub bearings, you know what I mean? I've done interior, I've done some body kit stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I've gotten everything squared away. It's been in a T-bone accident, it's been in a rear end accident, and it's been in a front end accident. And this car doesn't even look like it's been in an accident. So I think I did a pretty good job fixing this car up, getting it roadworthy. But this is not the first time I've done this. I've done this with a Kia as well, and that car made it to Texas on barely the best brakes I've ever driven on. And yeah, I definitely feel like this Honda could definitely do it. This used to be my mother's car. It's been a solid car since she first bought it, but it got in a couple accidents. It sat around for a little bit, and basically I'm just hoping, ooh, that's a nice little Eclipse. I'm hoping that this trip goes pretty smooth here. I'm kind of nervous. I've never actually driven this car to Chicago. My mother has driven it before in its original state, but I've done a lot to it. I haven't really driven it in the state that it's in, so we're really about to test out this block right here that's got over 400,000 miles on it. Two-owner block, or two-owner car, and I mean, I see what happens.
Only time will tell. Will my demons go prevail? Will I go respond to fail? Will I get lost inside this realm? Where I've got dream sickness in my nervous system.
So we hit our first milestone. Everything's looking good. Brakes are looking good. Fluids are looking good. I'm actually going to check the fluids once more. But yeah, this is turning out to be a smooth trip. Let's check the motor real quick, because it is leaking some oil, but shouldn't be too bad. As you can see, we got a couple moths on here. Motor looks intact, everything looks good. A little bit of coolant leak from the reservoir. I'm just gonna top everything off and get back on the road as fast as I can. We're pretty making up some good time. We're knocking out some hours very quickly. I'm very happy right now, so I got no complaints. First off, let's just crack this real quick. Yeah, looks like I need some. I'll grab some real quick. Man, it's a little expensive, but hopefully this gas is good. I don't really know about Phillips 66, but I do prefer, or Pilot. Sorry, I don't know much about Pilot, but I do prefer Sunoco or Sunoco. Need be. I'm gonna go ahead and take that receipt so I know how much I spent. It's always good to have your receipts, people. Make sure I top off my fluids before I hit the road because I am definitely booking it right now. And we'll be back in the car shortly.
Or you can enjoy the
wrapped in cellophane.
So, I'm about like 5 hours out. This has been a very interesting situation. The car is doing pretty good. It definitely has some miles on it, but honestly, this motor is so strong, it does not care. I don't know how a four-banger could just be so resilient, to be honest. I do realize that there's an oil leak somewhere, and then there's on the backside there's an oil leak, and then there's a coolant leak somewhere. It's somewhat bad. I could probably drive like 50 miles and not really see much of coolant leaking, but by the time I get to the next stop to fill up, probably got to put in half a quart. But it's been good. Did try to overheat a little bit a minute ago, so that's why I'm chilling at a rest stop right now. But man, 14 hours on the road is hard on the car, I can tell you that for sure. This thing's doing good though. Just got to figure out what I'm doing with this motor. Probably gonna end up swapping it soon. It's probably due time. There's no reason to keep it in here. I can just put a new motor in, and it'll just be running so much better. There is something going on though. I think it's a head gasket. I'm pretty much confirming it is, because the way that it smells when I come to a stop, it almost smells like burning coolant, but I don't see any coolant, so it's got to be a head gasket, right? But it's not making me think that it won't make it, so I only got 5 more hours. I'm gonna try to knock these out. Just took a little moment to just rest for a second, and it's getting a little drowsy. That's about it. But I didn't really get much sleep last night, so I'm glad I made it this far. My plan was to make it 10 hours by this morning, and I'm glad I did exactly that, even though I left a little bit late. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it to my boy's shop, kind of gonna get it looked at, see what he sees, see what he thinks, and hopefully, this thing will be decent enough to possibly drive back. But I'm most likely gonna stay in Chicago for a little bit longer. Just the situational things, work on some other things. There's just no reason to come right back to Texas, so.
Have I gone insane? All I get from your stories is that you should never stare down the abyss. Well, I've been setting fire down memory lane. Let me just explain. I've gone insane, all wrapped up in cellophane. I've gone insane.
So, the CRV is done beautiful. It's been doing a beautiful job getting out, getting on the road, killing time, making hours. Right now I'm probably about I'm not really sure where I'm at, honestly, but it looks like I got about less than 3 hours left, which is incredible. I've been really making some good time, and this drive has actually been super easy. Idling beautifully, nice and smooth. It's got new spark plugs, new transmission fluid, new oil, motor oil, and all of that. Like, it's really where it needs to be right now. I definitely can feel that there are some suspension issues up front. The suspension could be a little old, but I know when I get coilovers on this thing's gonna feel like a rocket ship. So at this point, I'm Just kind of want to get a feel for the car, feel how it feels on the road, so I can really feel the actual problems. There's something going on with the suspension where the steering wheel kind of wobbles every other moment. It's kind of weird, but at higher speeds it kind of consistently wobbles, so I'm not sure if that's just like a bushing, if that's just a ball joint being terrible or something. Like kind of trying to figure it out right now while I take different turns, take different speeds at different turns. It doesn't always do it at 70, so it's kind of interesting to me, but yeah, this is it's definitely an issue. Make sure that's not a curb. But man, yeah, this thing has been strong, bro. It's been real strong. It's been beautiful. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of hungry right now. I don't want to eat. I don't like eating on road trips. If I do, I'll get a little snack, but I don't like a full stomach or nothing like that. So let's keep it light. I got me some muscle milk, and I took my medicine, but for my tooth that I got yanked out about last week. But so far so good. I'm pretty happy about the trip right now. Got some good music. It's just a vibe right now. It's just a vibe traveling right now. Such a vibe. Just get back on the highway and kill some time. Get to my destination so I can relax and check on the car when the final check. See how things are going. Sweet home. Man, it took me a long time to get here. I'm not gonna lie. It's always the last few hours. The last few hours take the longest for some weird reason. You'd be down to 3 hours from 17, and somehow the last 3 hours take longer than the whole damn trip. I don't get it. But I'm gonna do this additional fill up and then pretty much call it a night. I don't really got plans for tonight, and I really don't care. Pretty much drove the whole time, so non-stop. I'm sure I'm exhausted. My body just hasn't kicked in yet, so. Shoot badoo, shoot badoo, shadoo badoo, shoot badoo. Oh God! You got a pizza? I'm baby, let's go. That baby, be on the ground, let's go.
Morning.